Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope everyone is fine, isn't it? Yeah. And all are completing your PDF answers, seeing the videos, reading the lessons, isn't it? Now let me continue. I had finished the lesson. Last week I have finished the lesson. I want to quit the ICS. We had read about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, about his life history, isn't it? Now the next poem is The Comet and the Moon, which I am going to take today for you all. Okay, so before starting the poem, first let us see about the poet. Who has written this poem? So this poem is written by Richard Edwards. So who is the poet? Richard Edwards. So can you see here in the picture? Yeah, this person in the picture here, this person is Richard Edwards. He has written the poem The Comet and the Moon. Basically, Richard Edwards is a famous English composer. He was master of the children of the Chapel Royal in London under Henry VIII and an honorary member of Lincoln's Inn. So this is about the poet what we have to study. So what is he? He is a famous English composer. And what is he? He was a master of the children of the Chapel Royal in London under Henry VIII and an honorary member of Lincoln's Inn. So this is about the author Richard Edwards. So some of his famous poems are The Sweet Season, When I Was Three, A Song to the Lute in Musky, and Amanitium Airy. So these are his famous poems. Okay, this we have studied about the poet. Can you tell me now who has written the poem The Comet and the Moon? Yeah, Richard Edwards. Who was he? He was a famous English composer and also he was a master of the children of the Chapel Royal in London under Henry VIII and an honorary member of Lincoln's Inn. Some of his poems are The Sweet Season, When I Was Three, A Song to the Lute in Musky, and Amanitium Airy. So you have to remember about him and read this, okay? After the video, after seeing this video, you can read about him and pronounce these words and practice reading, okay? Now next, let us first read the meanings. Before starting the lesson, let us know the meanings, then we can continue with the poem. So, comet. Do you know what is a comet? A comet is nothing but a celestial body that moves round the sun and looks like a bright star with a tail. In the night you can see it. Within no time, in between the stars you can see it and it will have a tail. Then only you can make out it is a comet and within no time it disappears. Whoosh means make a soft sound when moving very fast. Sulky in a bad manner or refusing to talk. Plot, walk laboriously. Next, chains of gravity. Confined to force that attracts the bodies to the center of the earth. Already gravity means attraction towards the earth, isn't it? So chains of gravity means confined to the force that attracts the bodies to the center of the earth. Flare, blaze with bright flame. Sizzle, make a hissing sound as water falling on a hot metal. Envy, feeling of discontent aroused by another's better fortune. Trudge, walk laboriously or traverse. So now this we have studied about the meanings, words and the meanings. So now, can you tell me what do you do when you feel bored at home? And nowadays at least almost all are at home feeling bored only, isn't it? So what do you do when you feel bored? You either play the games or you watch the movies or you go out of the house in the parks and all enjoy yourself If it is during the night, what do? You can just go out and see the nature. You can see the star, you can see the sky, you can see the moon and enjoy yourself. You feel refreshed seeing all the nature's beauty, isn't it? Nowadays at least crackers and all, they are everywhere. So how it shines and all when it is dark everywhere, completely it is dark, isn't it? You enjoy the beauty of the nature. So what will make you bored? First of all, when you feel bored, you go out. What makes you bored? When you do the same thing, isn't it? Nowadays what work we have? We are not going out of the houses. Whole day we are at home, sleeping, eating, watching TV on the mobile and all. So what happens? You feel bored by seeing the same things, isn't it? So you have to just, there's no need. Nowadays we are not coming out of the houses also. If we need only, we all are coming, isn't it? So at least you can enjoy the nature like this. You can go in your house only, you can go to the terrace and see the sky in the night or early morning. You can see, you will enjoy the beauty of the nature. So what do you do to relieve your boredom? So sometimes when you feel very much bored, what do? Either you go out of the house, or you enjoy the nature's beauty, or you watch some movies, you talk to someone, you play with someone. Like this we spend our time, isn't it? Yeah. So now here in this poem, what we are going to study? The moon asks a speeding comet to stop and listen to his worries. So in this poem, what the moon is telling? The moon asks the comet, which is speeding up, to stop and to listen his worries. Whose worries? Moon's worries. So now can you see in the picture here, this is a comet. What it is? Already we read the meaning. A celestial body that moves round the sun. This will be moving round the sun and looks like a bright star with the tail. This will be its tail. You can see like this. It is a tail. So this is a comet. So here the comet and the moon. Let us start the poem. Okay. Already you know about the moon. This is a moon, shape of the moon only it is. So the comet and the moon, let us start. The first stanza. Tell me, said the comet, as it oozed past the moon's pale face, why do you look so sulky as you make your way through space? So here the moon is asking the speeding comet to stop and listen to the worries. So now what the comet is telling here? Tell me, said the comet, as it oozed, means making a sound. How it moves? I said you how the comet will move, making a hissing, making a soft sound when moving very fast past the moon's pale face. So as it was passing from the moon. Why do you look so sulky? So he is asking, why are you in a so bad manner, refusing to talk? For whom? For the comet, the moon is telling. Why do you look so sulky as you make your way through space? So as you are walking, as you make your way through the space, why are you not talking to me? Why are you running away? So, tell me, said the comet, as it oozed past the moon's pale face, why do you look so sulky as you make your way through space? So here the comet is asking, the moon is telling the comet, the moon is asking the speeding comet to stop and listen to his worries. So what he is telling? Tell me, said the comet, as it oozed, means as it is making a soft sound when it is moving the moon's pale face, why do you look in a so bad manner or refusing to talk to me? As if you make your way through the space, as you are walking through the space. So this is about the first stanza. Now let us look at the second stanza. Okay. You would sulk as well, the moon said, if you are doomed like me. to always plot the same path in chains of gravity. So what the moon is telling, you also would be in a bad temper as I am. But if you are doomed, means if you are unfortunate like me, you too will always have to plot, means what, walk laboriously in the same path which attracts the body towards the center of the earth in the same way. So what it is telling, you also would sulk, you also would be in a bad manner. The moon said, if you were like me, means you two were doomed like me, means if you two were unfortunate like me, to always move in the same path in the chains of gravity. Is telling he is fed up traveling in the same path and the same space. So now in the first stanza he tells why he is he refusing to talk, or why he is in a bad manner and all. Now in the second stanza he is telling that you would also behave in the same way as I am if you were unfortunate like me, means doing the same work. I told you, when we do the same kind of work we feel bored, isn't it? He's telling that only, it to always plot the same path in chains of gravity. So he is moving in the same path, and also he is confined to force that attracts the bodies towards the center of the earth. Now the third stanza is, you are free to flare and sizzle, means flare means again with the bright flame, shine with the bright flame. Sizzle means making a hissing sound as water falling on the hot metal. So here it is telling you are free to move, isn't it? You are free to shine like a bright flame, making the hissing sound and all, and you are moving round and round. While I am stuck here in orbit of the earth, I envy you. So what is telling, at least comet is able to move, isn't it? It is moving round in the sky, isn't it? Always it is not in the same place, but the moon, you can see it is only in the same place. We feel as if it is moving. So what it is telling, I am stuck here in the orbit of the earth, and feeling discontent arose the another's better fortune. So he's telling you are fortunate, that means you are able to move from one place to another, but I am stuck here, so I cannot move from here, so I am feeling discontent with this. Once things were better, spacemen came up to float and walk. So the moon is telling, once the things were better, when the spaceman came up, they float and they walk and scratch my back. Now life is so dull, so comet, stay and talk. So he's telling, once he was much better, when the people were coming, when they came up, they float to him, they spoke to him, they scratched his back, but now life has become very dull. So he's telling the comet to come, stay and talk with the moon, to the moon. So now here what we have studied, in the first stanza, this is the fourth para what we have studied. Then this was the third. Okay. Now along with me you all also will pronounce the poem and tell it. Okay children? Now let me recall. The Comet and the Moon. This poem, can you tell me who has written? It is written by Richard Edwards. So tell me, said the comet as it oozed past the moon's pale face, why do you look so sulky as you make your way through space? So here grammar, what all is there here? It is written in the, these are called as the inverted commas. This is a comma, isn't it? This is a question mark. When you are writing, you have to write as it is in the textbook, the poem. Okay. Now next stanza is, you would sulk as well, the moon said, if you are doomed like me to always plod the same path in chains of gravity. So the third stanza is, you are free to flare and sizzle, you roam like the rockets do, while I am stuck here in orbit of the earth, I envy you. So here what the moon is telling to the comet, the comet is free to flare, to move and sizzle and roam like the rockets do, but the moon is stuck here in the same orbit. He is in the same, he is like stuck in the same place. Once things were better, spacemen came up to float and walk and scratch my back. Now life's too dull, so comet stay and talk. So here the moon is telling once his life also was much better like the comet, but now it has become too dull. So he wants a companion or someone to share his feelings. So he's telling the comet to come and stay and talk to him. Now the last stanza is, the comet did not answer, already it had gone to wag its tail round the Venus while the moon trudged on. Means what here? When the moon was telling about his unfortunate, about his feelings to the comet did not answer anything. Just he listened to him, and as he was telling, he had already gone behind the Venus, round the Venus, to wag its tail round the Venus. Means it was round the Venus while the moon trudged on. Means it was walking laboriously again, alone by himself. So in the last stanza here is, the comet did not answer to the moon what it was telling, and it had already gone to wag its tail round the Venus while the moon was left alone as he was again walking laboriously. So this is about the poem The Comet and the Moon. So now let us recall the summary of the poem. So the poem Comet and the Moon is penned by Richard Edwards. Means it is written by Richard Edwards. It is a fictional conversation between a speeding comet and the moon. So this poem is what? It is a conversation between the speeding comet. Means the comet will move very fast, and the moon. The moon asked a speeding comet to stop and listen to his worries. So here the moon is asking the comet to stop and listen to his worries. A comet was whizzing past the moon's pale face. The comet asked the moon to tell it why the moon looked so sulky as it had made its way through the space. So the comet is asking the moon why he is looking so, he is not talking, why he is looking in a so bad temper as he is walking through the space. So the moon replied sadly that even the comet would sulk if it was doomed like me. So the moon is telling even the comet would be sad like me. Even he would be in a bad manner as I am. He also wouldn't talk to anyone as I am facing the problem, as I am unfortunate. If he would have been like unfortunate like me, then he would be knowing. The moon complains to the comet that it had to plot the same path bounded by the chains of gravity. So what the moon is complaining to the comet, that he has to travel in the same path bounded by the chains of gravity. So he is fed up doing the same thing. It envies the comet because it can freely flare and sizzle and roam like a rocket all over the space. So he is telling the comet that he is free, he is lucky, he can move from one place to another like the rockets will do. But the moon is stuck in the orbit of the earth. The moon recalls a time when a few spacemen from the earth landed on it to float and walk and scratch it back. So the moon is remembering those days when he was very happy. That is when the few spacemen from the earth landed on it and they used to float and walk and scratch its back. But after they left, the life of the moon becomes too dull. So now when the people are not going into the space, now his life has become too dull. Hence the moon requests with the comet to stay and talk to him. So pleads means here he requests or tells. Hence the moon pleads with the comet to stay and talk to him. But before he could get the answer, what happened? The comet was already gone to wag its tail round the planet Venus. The moon sadly trudged on, confined in its orbit round the earth. So as he was complaining to the comet did not, he heard, but he did not answer to his questions or his problems, and he just went to wag its tail round the planet Venus. And the moon, he as usual walked laboriously and confined in its orbit round the earth, started revolving again round the earth. So this is a poem about the comet and the moon. Okay, now children, now there is a grammar part on the page number 87. Okay, afterwards you all can read. So now what all we have studied in this poem? First we have studied about Richard Edwards, who has written this poem. Then I have read out the meanings. Then next, this is a comet. Then we have studied about the summary of the poem. Now here is a vocabulary. Okay, now match the words in B with the words in A. Can you see here? Okay. Now what is that breezy? The answer is conversation. Breezy means conversation. So you can write this in your textbook with the pencil. You all can use and write. Again, next is imaginary. What is that imaginary? Okay, imaginary again can be conversation also, or it can be an imaginary poem. Actually it is imaginary poem. Okay, take it. Here it is given wrong. Second one is imaginary poem. Third one is bored and sulky. Who is here bored and sulky? Already we have read in the poem, isn't it? Can you tell me? Yeah, it is a moon. Okay, then next is free to fly. Already you know this also. Free to fly. Who is this person? Who is this body? Comet, isn't it? Okay. Then what is dull? It is a life, isn't it? So like this. These words you have to match it. Can you tell me once again now? Breezy. What is the answer? Conversation. Conversation. Imaginary poem it is. Okay. There second one D is given here, but actually it must not be D. It must be E. It is a poem. Then next, bored and sulky. So already you know this is a moon. Then free to fly, comet. Dull, life. So this with the pencil you all have to write it. Okay. Now next. Here again you have work with the partner and do this exercise. Okay. Now what is there? Have you ever gazed at starlight? And what is a dash there? It must be sky. What it must be? Sky. All write with the pencil, children. It must be sky. Next, go out on a new moon night. It should be night. and look up at the stars. Then you will see crores and crores, again it should be CRORES, crores and crores of them. You may even identify a constellation or two. So what is a constellation again here? CONSTELLATION. Constellation. So what is constellation? A group is a group of fixed stars such as the Great Bear, gazing, again what it must be? Gazing at the stars, trying to imagine the space our universe must occupy. Okay. Then scientists say that universe, UNIVERSE, universe is a star system that circles round and around, ROUND, round in unimaginable space at unimaginable speeds. Okay. So now once again, can you read this thing, fill in the blanks? Yeah. What it is, all of you all read along with me, can read it. Okay children? Have you ever gazed at starlight sky? Go out on a new moon night and look up at the stars. You will see crores and crores of them. You may even identify a constellation or two. A constellation is a group of fixed stars such as Great Bear, gazing at the stars. Try to imagine the space our universe must occupy. Scientists say that the universe is a star system that circles round and round in unimaginable space at unimaginable speeds. So please, English it is, you have to read and practice. As you read again and again, your reading will become fluent and you'll be able to read properly. Okay. So now what we have discussed about the words. Match the following as well as the fill in the blanks I have completed. So in this poem, other than this, you have the rhyming words in the poem. So you read the poem and find the rhyming words also. Okay, for example, one or two I'll tell you, then remaining you all can find it. Face, space. In the first stanza you have face and space. Then you have in the last stanza, before that, once things were better there, no? There you have walk and talk. So other than that, you can find the words, rhyming words and write. Already you know what are rhyming words, isn't it? Okay. So today now in this poem, what all we have read, let us recall. Okay, the first today we have started is about, we have studied about the poem, the comet and the moon. So in that, first I have read out the meanings, isn't it? After the meanings, we have read about the poet who has written this poem. Who is the poet? Richard Edwards. He was an English composer and he was looking after the school also, isn't it? Then here this poem is, in this poem the moon asks a speeding comet to stop and listen to his worries. But what the comet says, the comet listens but he will not answer to him, isn't it? So the moon is telling that he is bored, he is stuck in the same place, he is not enjoying his life, but the comet is enjoying. It is moving around and it is not stuck in the same place. So he is asking the comet, the moon is asking the comet, why don't he stand and listen to his worries? But the comet listens but he does not answer anything, and it goes behind the planet Venus and wags its tail, and the moon is left again alone, and it is moving, or it is doing as it was while the moon trudged on, isn't it? So here it is shown the difference. The moon is complaining that it is stuck, but the comet is happy. It moves from one place to another. But once, even the moon's life was better when the people were going into the space, they were floating, walking and all. He too had a nice time. But now he is bored as he is stuck in one place. So he is telling to the comet, come and talk to me and listen to my worries. So he is telling, if you were having a fate like me, or if you too were doomed like me, then only you would know how I am stuck and you are moving from one place to another. Then we have read about the summary of the poem, isn't it? I have explained the summary of the poem. Then we have done the vocabulary in that, matching the words, as well as then we have fill in the blanks on the page number 87. And we have discussed about the rhyming words. 2-3 words I have told you, remaining you all have to find the rhyming words and write it. Okay, have you all understood now the poem, The Comet and the Moon? Okay, so all of you all read the poem, see the video, then you can write those match with the pencil in your textbook, and even the fill in the blanks, fill it with the pencil. Read the poem. This poem is there for the memorization. So when I'll be giving the test, I'll ask you to write this poem without saying. Okay, so please all of you all read the poem and be prepared, memorize as well as writing. Okay, have a nice day children. Thank you.